Welcome to this episode of Moving Forward Leadership. Stick around and learn how to achieve, excel, and become a leader that people willingly follow. Lead, don't boss. And now, here's the host of our show, Chief Leadership Officer, Scott McCarthy.
Welcome one, welcome all. It is your Chief Leadership Officer, Scott McCarthy, and welcome to your Monday Leadership Minute. And this is the show where we get dirty, we get nitty gritty, we get to the point, and we get raw, we get real. And today I'm finishing up a trio of Monday Leadership Minute topics, and that is, what is leadership? So the first two I talked about, human interactions, and then resource management. And today I'm going to talk about the aspect of leadership that binds them together, that creates actually leadership, and that is decision making. Yes, how you go about making decisions, how you go about weighing options, looking at options, how you go about balancing the different requirements and thinking about the impacts of your options, and then the impacts of the impacts within your decisions. That's right, folks. Decision making is the part that binds two sides of leadership to one to form leadership. So if you think of three, concentric circles as in a Venn diagram that come together, so human interaction overlapping with resource management, which then has decision making overlapped on it, right in the center of those three, that to me is leadership. So you're wondering why decision making? Well, here is why. If you don't make decisions, then how do you lead? Especially those who are in charge of organizations. Do you go about and just ask for everybody's opinion and basically do leadership by consensus? Not necessarily the best way about going things. Do you make all of the decisions? Well, without any input. Not necessarily the best way either. You need a balance in there. So if you don't make any decisions, you're not leading an organization. If you make all the decisions out there, especially without input, then you're basically overreaching and micromanaging your organization. So as a leader, we need to balance that. We need to balance that and find a happy medium so that you're involved, you're there, but at the same point, it's not to the point where you're there all the time. And I've been there with other organizations where the leader is just managing every single aspect of the organization. And I look at them and I go, I don't tell them, but I think, because they've been my superiors, I'm going to think, right, so if you're doing my job, because you're making all these decisions that I believe should be mine, then who's doing yours? Right? Who is doing yours? And on the other end of that spectrum, if I'm making all the decisions for my job and as well as yours, then what are you doing? How are you actually leading? You're not. So that is why decision making is the third and final component of leadership. All right, folks, that's all I got for you today. Again, to wrap up these past 3 weeks, the three components of leadership being human interaction, resource management, and then finally, decision making. Without those three, you are not leading. That's it for this one. Stick around and be sure to tune in for Wednesday for another great interview show. So as always, have a rocking week, and remember, lead, don't boss. Take care now.